Hello everyone and welcome once again to the Adventures Travel Club television show. Betty and I are in the jungles of Costa Rica and this is an adventure, right Betty?
Yeah, we're going to act like a couple of monkeys.
We're going way up in the trees. We should explain that some of this program is in glorious black and white as our camcorder decided to kind of bite the dust on this particular trip. Anyway, we're going to start going up. This is just a little small tree, but then we're going to swing to a tree that's 135 feet high.
There you go. That is the move.
They are pretty separated, these downstairs.
Groovy.
Well, actually, it was kind of groovy because this was just a small little tree. It was on the side of a hill. That's where you start from.
It really wasn't difficult. And you know what the thing is? I don't know if you can really tell from the picture here, but you had a little thing that you held onto that kind of pulled you up as you went along. I about decided I was going to quit our job here and I'm going to go work for a telephone company. I'm pretty good at climbing.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't always have ladders like this all the time. You got to wear those cleats on your shoes.
No, that's right. No, I think I'll stay.
Okay, all right.
I just changed my mind.
You did a pretty good job with this. You just climbed right up that ladder, and of course, I think we were all a little bit nervous. Betty thought it was
Piece of cake.
piece of cake, huh?
Well, you know, this was the easy part.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know that was the easy part.
The worst was. I think this was a good introduction, though. You know that. Yeah. Like you said, we were all a little nervous. a
little nervous. You know, I don't care for heights anyway, and I think after walking for a half an hour back in the jungle, and it was a little bit warm that day too, but. Yeah, I think I was a little nervous.
Yeah, but look at see how secure we were.
Yeah, with this point.
Yeah, with our little belt.
But we didn't know what to expect once we got up there on top of that.
It's a good thing we didn't. We wouldn't have gone that far.
I think you're right. You know, and they're just those little ledges up there, and you think how many of us got up there, but yeah, it was safe. I've got to say that.
It was. They took such good care of us.
They really did.
There was no ever any danger connected with it. That we were too closely watched.
Yeah, no, they did a very good job. I mean, we had 3 guides with us, so it was.
We just laugh about it because it was something we really hadn't expected to do. And you say, after you look at it and see, my gosh, did we do that?
Yeah,
we
really.
Must have been crazy.
We really did that.
But at the time, and even now, it was one of those really unique vacations.
It was.
And they sneak up on you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think, you know, we did things on this trip that I've never done before. I mean, I've never swung from trees like this. And I have also never done the whitewater rafting.
Well, I did the whitewater rafting
in
Alaska.
Ah, I see. Well, now Alfredo's going to be the first one to swing from tree to tree.
Woohoo! How's it going there, man?
Pretty
cool.
Nice.
Cool beans.
Todo bien.
Hey, right on.
Excelente.
Well, Alfredo was one of our hosts there while we were in the... And here comes Gina from New York, swinging all the way.
Oh, I know. And she was so tempted to turn around and go back. And then afterwards she says, oh, I'm so glad I did it.
Gina is a writer. She does a lot of freelance writing for travel. The Sunday supplements, you know, that come out there in the Sunday paper.
Yeah.
And here comes Natalie. Natalie also works for the public relations company that handles... the Costa Rican account, and she was we had a lot of fun. Now, if you look down, that doesn't look that far, does it? But that's far.
Yay! Hi, friends. I'd like to welcome you to the forest. All right.
Great shot. That was the shot of the century.
Okay.
Okay. In front, right? Or in back? Okay.
There. Perfect. Bring
Oh.
them up.
Perfect. I got this glove is there we go. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Oh, up there? Okay.
One hand go.
Well, I guess I'm tied here.
Yeah, you were gonna fall. She let one hand go.
You did?
Yeah,
you let one go?
because I was stopped right there, you know.
Come on, baby, let's go. Lift up my hand.
Looks like you just ran out of film.
How do I do? How do I get up to you now?
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me give you a hand right there. Okay, bring your hands in front.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, both of them.
Like a monkey.
There you go.
Thank you.
Wow.
That was fun.
Boy,
It
are
was.
you cool.
That
you
was
are
fun.
amazing.
Right on.
Better step up.
Thank you. That was.
You're gonna get your
fun.
shoe shined.
But you know, she showed me just to leave them.
I know.
I want you to just leave them.
I kept grabbing.
Oh, I prayed for you.
I know.
Yeah, I think we all said a few prayers as we're swinging across that thing. Look at that. Now, we're going to swing over to that. Now, this doesn't look this high, but let me tell you, folks, when you're 135 feet up there, standing on this little tiny platform, it's high.
It was high. The thing that made me more nervous wasn't the swinging, but it was standing on the platform.
Yeah.
It was not a lot of room
There
for
wasn't.
us. And I don't know. I didn't dare look down.
Yeah, well...
You don't like that either,
No,
do
I
you?
didn't either. But you know what? I think this is the best thing for anybody that's got acrophobia. Go down to Costa Rica and do this, you know?
Sure.
And it'll either scare you to death or it will cure you. I felt a lot better afterwards. I really
it was.
did.
It really wasn't. Once you did the first one.
Yeah, I think it was the
you know,
anticipation of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But, and it's a fair distance across there, but it really is
But
fun.
you know doggone well they're not going to do anything dangerous
No,
for you.
of course not.
You guys.
Okay.
How did you get jumped up there like that?
Well, I guess when you get a little confidence, you can do a little more swinging, huh?
Well, of course. And then he's an old pro at this, and I
Yeah.
think he was showing off a little bit, of
Do ya?
course. Oh, sure.
I thought he maybe dropped his watch and he was looking for it. Now he's got his watch on his wrist.
Yeah.
I guess not. Anyway, it is a long way
Yeah,
down there.
now
I
you
keep
see.
emphasizing that, yeah. And I don't know if that was me shaking with the camera or not.
Nah,
but
but it is long. But
because when you look down, you're looking at the tops of some of those trees, you
I
know.
have to think about this little. How many people have an opportunity to do something
I
like
don't know.
this? We were very
fortunate.
blessed to be
We
able
really
to
were. And I wanna
invited to do this.
Thank the Costa Rican government for providing it.
Yes.
Now you can see how tall that tree is. Whoa. Well, Betty, it's time for you to go again.
Here we go.
Awesome.
Piece of cake. Piece of cake. Easier. I like that. Let's go, babe. Here we go. Yahoo! Atta boy. Told you. It was. I love that one. I thought that was just fun. They should do it for you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let it go. Open up. Open up.
Right?
Oh, get her.
Here, get her.
I can't. No more for me.
Hooray! All right.
Strange.
Strange. This is a lot higher than it looks through this viewfinder for some reason. I don't know what it is. So, this is.
Yeah, I could see from your expression it was kind of
Listo. Yeah, come on.
Mosquito.
Well, I think the second time was a little easier, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you knew kind of what to expect.
Right,
I didn't get stuck in the middle the second. Well, I wasn't in the middle though, huh? Toward the end.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. Well, you have to remember you use your hands as your brakes a little bit there. That with those gloves. That's why you want a good pair
Oh
of
man,
leather
they were
gloves there.
thick, weren't they?
Yeah.
Big, heavy, thick ones.
Right. This is one of our guides too, and she's just sort of taken up the rear so you can see it. And the reason we're shaking so much is there's not room on that platform for as many people. I mean, there's just kind of
Well, you can see.
maybe I was oh wow, look how she just jumped off like Tarzan right there, huh?
Of course, this is a job for her. So,
Yeah.
isn't she pretty?
Yeah, she is a very pretty
And so
girl.
nice. She's the girlfriend or wife or something of one of the lead guide,
Oh,
not
is that
the
right?
young kid.
Oh, she's
the
going
other
back. She wants to do it again.
one. Is that you with the camera fooling around? Or she
No,
really did go back?
I don't know. Maybe there wasn't room because now we had to rappel down from this other tree, and that's what we're going to do right now. And that was a little bit of a
Yeah,
thrill.
That was.
Man, that's a long way up there.
Well, it sure is.
Am I there yet?
Well, I don't know who had the camera, but I think that they were just maybe as nervous as I was.
Well, it was so
Little
good
shaky.
to have, what do you call it? Terra firma, right?
Yeah,
Terra
yeah,
firma,
right there
firma.
underneath you, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now then, let's see, somebody else is going to come down from there. And I think Alfredo's next, so here comes one more down from the tree.
Here he comes.
Well, did you ever think that you would rappel down a tree like that, Betty?
I never thought I'd do anything down a tree.
Never thought I'd be
Or-
up a tree like that.
No, no.
Oh.
We used to swing in a tree, you know,
Yeah.
put the ropes over the branch and swing like crazy, but not to that extent, huh?
Well, as soon as we finished, we hiked back to where we started, and this was also an iguana farm. We had some of that for lunch as a result too. And again, I do apologize because these are not in color, but our camcorder messed up big time on this. But the heads on these things were very colorful, and these were huge
Yes,
iguanas.
they were. You don't think of well, you see pictures of them, but you never expect to see them. So many of them
Yeah.
like that. No.
Well, you know, I know a lot of people probably travel down to Mexico and they see the kids with the iguanas on their shoulders, you know, and they're fair size. But some of these guys were really humongous.
And they're not really pretty. You might think so.
Well,
I don't think they would be pretty in my vocabulary.
You're not an iguana lover, huh?
No, well, I don't. You have to. I'm just making a no, of course I'm not. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to have one in my backyard or carry one over my shoulder. No, you can do that.
Yeah.
I'll
well,
watch yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think I'd care for one as a pet either, but they were interesting, and they had lots and lots of them there. Well, now we're back on a bumpy road again. And we're going to go to a beach town. But before we get there, as you can see now, it started to rain a little bit. And Alfredo insisted that we stop on our way because he wanted to show us something. And I'm going, what in the world? Why are we going to stop out here when it's raining? And but there was something that was absolutely incredible. And it took me a while to find out what it was. And it's just over here on a sandbar. You're going to take a look in a moment, and you're going to see what I can't remember if it was an alligator or a crocodile, but there it is right in the middle of the picture, and that sucker is really huge. I mean, he's big.
What do you say? Humongous? That's your
Humongous,
very
right.
favorite.
Yeah, humongous, yeah.
Humongous.
Or as the kids would say, it's really awesome.
Awesome. Well, I don't know, that's getting kind of passe.
Look how big
now.
he is, though.
But
I mean,
you know,
I mean-
Marv, this was, I think, the first rain we had, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it wasn't rain. I mean,
Yeah, it
it
was
just
a little sprinkle.
Yeah, it was like somebody turned the sprinklers
Right.
on, but it was because we had.
And we just saw the lightning go through there. It almost messed up the whole
well,
tape.
it wasn't really. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I know,
It was
yeah.
nice.
And no, again, that was a camcorder just messing
Marv,
up
how
again.
come it's so dark?
Well,
you know, I don't see any
that's
color. What
no,
happened?
Well, that's the camcorder. In fact, we should have left it there as a boat anchor, but we didn't do that. So,
No.
if anybody would like to donate to for a new camera, we would appreciate your donation on that, because this one is ready to go to Lake Millerton and see the bottom of the lake.
Let's have a garage sale.
Yeah, nobody'd want it. Anyway, this is a town of Jaco, and this is on the Pacific coast. And there were a lot of we saw a lot of kids that were down from the United States that came down here surfing. In fact, when we got off of the airplane, when we originally got to San Jose, there in Costa Rica, there were a whole mess of kids with boards. you
They
know.
were having some kind of a contest, Marv. They were there for competition, and we just happened to be there at the time.
Well, you know, that's what they say, that the waves are really great here.
yeah.
I don't know how it is on the Atlantic side, but we saw a lot of them here on the Pacific side.
Now, this wasn't the greatest little beach in the world. It was not kept up too well, but it was quite interesting.
But you know what? You're right. But I'll bet you $1 to a donut that's one of the areas that's probably going to, in the future,
Oh, yeah.
really develop.
Great
you won't be able to
potential.
keep it, native, as they say.
Oh, what's
anymore.
happened?
What?
We're green.
Yeah, well, that only for a short time. Now we're going up the hill, and we're going to go to a place that they call it's a little bit of heaven. I think it's a lot of heaven. It's a place called Via Caletas. It's a hotel. It has a bar and a restaurant. And a gentleman from France came over and built this and bought thousands of acres. And he was so cordial and so nice.
And so handsome.
he was
handsome too.
He was just a wonderful gentleman. And before we met him, though, Alfredo took us outside so that we could see the sunset. And there's a little bit of color here, but unfortunately, it doesn't stay too long. This was one of the most magnificent sunsets. And as we were watching, the colors would just keep changing behind these clouds. And it was wonderful. Unfortunately, again, we have to apologize because the color just didn't stay. And here's a little amphitheater, as you can see right here, too. And there was beautiful music that was playing from here. And off to our, and down, right down there in the center, well, we'll show it in a moment again, is his house. He lives right down there on the beach. But this was a swimming pool, and it was beautiful. The little waterfall there.
The guests there swimming in the pool, and it's off to the side, so it doesn't interfere at all with the beauty of the surroundings.
No, all of the area here had been landscaped so greatly. I mean, the rooms that they have, they're sort of like cabanas in a way, and they were magnificent. They were decorated to a T. Now that's where his house is down here, as we can see, and there's a beach down there as well. And a lot of people like to hike down there and go to the ocean, and they can go fishing down there. They can just have a really, really great time. So it's really nice. In fact, Betty, I remember he said that they were also going to have a boat so that you could go out, deep sea fishing if you'd like to there from the hotel. But this was really something. I think there were 2 restaurants that he had here, and some of it's decorated like a tropical Victorian mansions, and everything was really exquisitely done, wasn't it?
This is like being in Greece. You're sitting there in the amphitheater, and then with the candles and, the lights, and then the water in back of you. It was almost a spiritual experience.
It was. In fact, we all sat there. I think the 3 of us sat there, and we were having a Coca-Cola or something, and with the music going, and after the sunset, I said, okay, I think I could die now because I've already seen a little bit of heaven.
Yeah, it was truly beautiful. Just another added plus to this trip.
Yes, it really was. And I've recommended this place to several of my friends who have gone down to Costa Rica. And so I've got a little brochure. So if anybody's interested, I can give you the address or the phone number or even their email, because I'm going to go back.
It's not cheap.
Yes, it is cheap.
No, it was not.
It was too. You know how much the rooms were? $115.
That
for 2 people.
That was off season.
No, that's his regular price. That's less than you pay for a motel in the United States. And this was exquisite. This was just absolutely incredible. And that was for one of the high class rooms. You could pay less for that. Anyway, this is one of the restaurants there, and a little wildlife came to visit us, Coda Mundi, and we did not have dinner here. We went back down to a restaurant on the beach where we had been before and had one of the most marvelous meals. That was so great, but when we got down there, it was closed.
It was a French restaurant of all things, and I eat anything. I don't care what it is. If I'm hungry, just give it to me. But I thought that was just so good.
It was.
Man,
we had beautiful meals in Costa Rica. I mean, just great. And here he is over here. I don't know if you can see him. Now watch. It looks like a raccoon, and he's, I think, a cousin to a raccoon. There he is. So you can see the little.
Got a big tail.
Oh, yeah. Look around his eyes over here. Okay. And he's going to come in. Actually, there's a whole family of them that comes there and begs, I think. They come right out of the jungle. And so they're coming there. And
there it is. Now, they do feed
Natalie's going to feed
them.
him. Look at that.
I guess the guests just take it for granted. Oh, here you are, honey. Like your own dog coming around, huh?
Well, now we have moved from the Via Caletas, and we've gone down to the Fiesta hotel. Actually, this is more of a, I don't want to say a convention center. This is more of a big complex down here. There are about 3 swimming pools, and they have a lot of meeting rooms, and there's a disco, and there's even a little casino there. And this is set up for families.
Big ones, yeah. Look at the way the pool goes. I mean, the pool just doesn't end. It goes around the corner, and then it goes around another corner, and then it comes back, and the shallow and the deep and the.
And the thing is, as you see right here, it looks like, I mean, you can just wade right into it, just like you were going into the ocean. It just kind of goes there.
I went into this pool. I didn't go in the water, big water like you did. I'm not that brave, but I did go in this, and the water was great. It really was. It wasn't all Cloroxy and stuff. And I enjoyed it. And there was one place where you could get up on the back, kind of like a jacuzzi thing, that gave you a little massage. So I enjoyed it.
We found that there were a lot of people from Germany that were staying here. In fact, you could also buy a timeshare here, from what I saw, and I think several of the Germans did that, because we were sitting around for breakfast one morning, and you heard a lot of different languages being spoken here. And again, this is on the Pacific coast of Costa Rica, and to me, this was really, really very nice. It was much different from where we had been the night before up at the Via Caletas, which is probably well, like you say, a little more expensive. Probably,
well, it was a little more classy.
Yeah.
But now I went walking along the shore here. There's quite a break from
There's
there.
a pier out there
yes,
too, right?
I did that. And there was a great deal of damage done. The waves sometimes come in during a storm, and they really come up there and they wham away, and some of the trees were down, and so they're going to have to take some other kind of means now to preserve that particular area there because of the...
Well, I remember before we had gotten to Costa Rica, they did have a lot of storms and a lot of rain, and that's what they told us. Remember, even when we went back in the jungle, they said, rock, if some of the tree limbs or something were starting to fall.
The shore is disappearing. The coast right along there, the shoreline, simply because of the erosion that's taking place by the waves.
Well, that's a natural thing, and of course that will happen. But if you have a hotel sitting there,
you don't want that happen.
No, you don't want that happen. This was beautiful, and it was red. Believe me, folks, it really was. This is some of the vegetation out in front of the hotel. And
the leaves were green.
The leaves were green,
Yeah.
but the plant was red, and that one was yellow. I guarantee, as they say. But it was beautiful. We saw so many beautiful plants and beautiful birds. This is a beautiful country, and it's one that I think you should probably consider if you want to go down to Central America, because the people here are so wonderful. They are so nice. They seem to be so contented, and nobody seems to be in a real hurry. But yet everything gets done the way it's supposed to.
Everybody speaks English. It's very easy.
Yeah, most
to
of the
get
people
along.
do.
Yeah.
Here's a gentleman, fisherman, evidently repairing fishing nets, and some of the best seafood in the world. Didn't you think so?
Yeah, and I'm very fond of fish. I like it. I especially like shellfish, but that's because I'm selfish. I take
No,
the bigger
you're not.
portions for myself.
No, you're not.
But it was a true experience that I enjoyed, and it'll stay with me all my life.
Right. And I'd like to, maybe perhaps sometime in the future we will put a tour together to go to Costa Rica. Not necessarily to do all the things that we did on this trip. I mean, swinging through the trees and going on the whitewater rafting. But, you could do that if you'd want to. But there's so much to see here.
So many other things that
Yeah,
we
there
didn't
really are.
see. The volcanoes and going way back into the preserve, the bird preserve. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, well, there are a lot of national forests and a lot of national parks. In fact, a good deal of Costa Rica now has been dedicated to natural parks there, so that it will not be destroyed and it will be preserved. Because you see that what happened was North and South America just join right here. I mean, the two continents join here at Costa Rica. So it's thrilling for me to see that everyone that we talked to was so ecologically conscious of the area, and they want to preserve this, and they want to, and it's important for all of us, really.
But now, see, with these pictures that Marv inserted, but you get an idea of the color that we weren't able to bring you because of the camera. But the green is so green, and the yellow is so yellow, and the red is so red. It's just, yeah.
It is beautiful. And you see the birds, and remember, too, we went to the butterfly farms, and we saw the most magnificent butterflies I think we'd ever seen. The little howler monkeys out there. And there's some iguanas in the natural, as it were. But a lot of people also like to go to Costa Rica during a particular time of the year because they go bird watching.
Yeah. When I was in Belize, I saw those howler monkeys and heard them more than saw them. My word, they put up they are noisy.
Oh, yeah. Well, they want to protect their territory.
come on.
Speaking about the butterflies, there we go right there.
Yeah.
And the bumblebees and a lot of little insects around there, too. It's amazing. Look at that guy.
It's kind of the
Just
best
went right
of
there.
two worlds. You know that you can enjoy nature, and then you can have wonderful food. And for those that like to, there's always dancing in the evenings. So it's really, there's something for everyone here.
Right. I think Costa Rica is very, very special, and a lot of people fall in love with it just right away, and boy, they can't wait to buy property down there and move down there. And some people have done that and done it successfully, but other people, got down there and they say, hey, it still is a little bit different. But there were a lot of places that we saw as we were going along some of the highways that were for sale. So
really, no place like home. Good old United States of America. We are so fortunate to live in the country that we live in.
Yes, we really are.
I wouldn't go anywhere else.
These were some of the articles that we saw in the museum in Costa Rica, and they have a beautiful display in the museum. I think in one of the other programs we showed you the outside of the building on the Independence Day as we passed by that.
What kind of art is that? What do you call that?
Beautiful.
Oh, Marv, that's not exactly what I meant.
Were you talking about pre-Columbian or that type?
Uh-huh.
No, I couldn't tell you unless I'd looked at the signs because there were.
Turn it upside down and
yeah, see, was it made in Japan?
Japan?
I don't think so.
No, I know that.
But there were beautiful things
very
there.
well polished and yeah.
Some of the pictures that we don't have are some of the works made out of gold that were there on display at the museum, and they really were quite beautiful. And a lot of these, went back, several centuries. But it's something. And like you say, there is something for everyone. In the capital of Costa Rica, which is San Juan, you will find opera and symphonies going on. Besides
San Jose, you call that
what'd I say? San Juan?
Juan?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
San Jose,
That's
you're right.
okay,
Yeah.
they're both good places.
Well, that's true, they are.
We don't care. But San Jose.
San Jose is the capital, right in the center of the country.
We could have seen more. I mean, I would have loved to have gone to a play. They have a beautiful theater there that I think it would
The
have
old
been,
opera house.
Yeah, it would have been nice. But you can't do everything.
No, that's it. We did quite a bit in the few days that we were there.
We certainly did. We really packed them with adventures travel.
Yes, we did. That's absolutely true. And, if you think that you might be interested, Betty would like to hear from you. Say, yeah, maybe we could go down to Costa Rica again. That would just be wonderful. Well, give Betty a call. We'll give you our phone number in just a little bit. But we do have a lot of other trips that are coming up, and we would like to put you on our mailing list if you're not on our mailing list just yet. Again, here, the greatest resources that they have are the people of Costa Rica because they are so nice. And remember the kids marching on...
And they're beautiful. I mean, to look
nice
at. They're
yeah.
really beautiful to look at. The smiles. Oh, yeah.
Everybody was very, very nice, and we appreciate all the hospitality that was shown us while we were in Costa Rica. And we're sure that if you go to Costa Rica, you'll find the same thing. There's the rafting. Aha. And if you want, you can
now,
go
Marv,
surfboard.
you can try that the next time we go.
Okay.
That.
That's just about the way that I'd probably wind up. That is, if I could even get up
That's
on the board.
dangerous,
I don't
because
know.
that board can come back and hit you.
Well, this is our phone number, area code 209-488-7443. It's the Adventures Travel Club, and if you're not on our mailing list, Betty would like to hear from you, and she'll put you on the mailing list right away. And that's just about all the time that we have on this adventure. We enjoyed Costa Rica, and we hope that even though it was in black and white, that you enjoyed it too. Time to say goodbye.
Bye-bye.